Breaking the grip if my opponent is trying to grip my back or my neck. That is a very dangerous grip and I have to get rid of it as quickly as possible. One nice way to do that is I take an inside grip on the same lapel and I bring my elbow into his elbow. So the point of my elbow goes into the inside of his elbow. Now I walk in a circle around him and twist my upper body away from him. And that snaps off his arm. So he has the back grip. Bring in my elbow, snap around. From another angle, I have the inside grip. The point of my elbow goes into his elbow. I push that outside. I walk around him and give him a little bit of a push as I turn. Now when I do that, I don't want to straighten my arm out all the way. I want to keep it a little bit bent so that I can still push away his arm to the side with my elbow. The good thing, or the very nice thing about that grip break is it's not a completely defensive move. So if I do something like this, even if it works, it's a very defensive thing. I'm just pushing his arm away. That could get me penalized. But I'm not doing that. I'm essentially just moving around and he lets go of his grip. That's not really my fault. I'm not going to get penalized for that. So that's a nice thing. And I'm also in a good position to attack right away. Now this works quite well against high and low back grips, as long as I can take an inside grip and get my elbow into his elbow. If he gets a neck grip and brings his elbow down against my chest, as he's doing here, that becomes very difficult. I might still get an inside grip, but getting my elbow in is pretty much impossible now. So instead I switch hands, I get to a cross grip on his lapel, and now I'm putting my right hand on the outside of his arm. And I go in kind of like an Uchimata. I bring my hip and my leg in. I pull him down on his lapel and I push his arm forward. So, like that. And you have to do that with a little bit of snappy motion and a little bit of explosiveness, and then you can break that grip most of the time. So he's in there. I switch grips. Get an outside grip on his arm. Then I go in with the Uchimata, bring in my hips and my leg, and in one motion pull him down and push forward. Now you can sometimes throw them with that motion, but if you don't, that's a great situation to change to Sumigaeshi. So once more from a different angle. He has the grip in my back, or in my neck. I try to get a cross grip. Now, the position where you grip the elbow or closer to the arm, you have to experiment with that, what works best for you. And then you just pull him down, push him forward, bring in your hip and your leg. And that's essentially it. Competition example. The first one is rather subtle. I already have the inside lapel grip, and he tries to go for a back grip in the back here. My elbow is already there. And I instantly push his arm to the side, snapping his hand away before he can really take a grip in the first place. Which is great. Different variation from the same fight. He tries to go with his grip into my back. I managed to catch his arm before he could go all the way in. And now I'm giving myself the inside lapel grip. As I move around, I bring my elbow into his elbow and put tension on it to the side. Because he only has a grip on my shoulder, not really on my back, that's not enough to break his grip, but it keeps tension on it. And every time he tries to improve his grip, which he's doing here, my elbow is there to push his arm away. And again and again. And in this case, I'm pushing it down because I want to lure him into taking a cross grip, into overreaching into a cross grip, which he does there, not completely, but almost. So yeah, two different variations of that.